kingfisher.
Yes, you're right. Do I need a mic? Do you guys want me to have a mic? All right, I'm pretty loud. So if you guys want me to mic back up, because this is kind of hard to talk and hold the mic because we don't have a clip for some odd reason. So just let me know. Yeah, you guys are so quiet and attentive. Thank you. We're used to parties where I bet you my Aunt Seal trained you. She's like, everybody pay attention. So this is Crikey. Crikey is a laughing kookaburra. They are the largest of all the kingfishers out there, and they're from Australia. When we got Crikey, Steve Irwin had just passed away, and he used to say Crikey all the time, so that's how he got his name. We wanted to pay honor and homage to him. He's a really incredible bird. I'm not much of a bird person, or wasn't before I started, working with this particular animal. He's so much fun. He's definitely a different guy because he's a carnivorous bird. Completely carnivorous. He doesn't really look like a carnivorous bird, does he? So he has this really great ability, and he's looking right at me. So maybe
His head never moves.
That's not a trained behavior. That's something he does completely naturally. Are you going to go dive? Are you going to go dive? That's something he does completely naturally, and that's because he is a carnivorous bird, so he will be able to be up in those eucalyptus trees or gum trees and be able to stabilize his head to focus to hunt while the wind is blowing his body back and forth through the trees. So that is why he is able to stabilize his head like that. And he can actually, we've seen it out, he is on exhibit in our urban jungle area. All of our animals that you are seeing here are part of our Backstage Pass program and are housed over in urban jungle. So he's over there, and we've seen the wind blow through there pretty good, and he just keeps that head nice and still. He does hunt in his enclosure for any stray worms that might be going through. Speaking of which, they're over here. I know where they are. I know they're here. So he does enjoy insects also, but he also likes snakes, lizards, rodents. In the wild, he would actually predominantly eat snakes and lizards, and then next on his list would be insects, and then rodents last of the list. So he's a really good bird to have around. Where are you going? You're going to take a little flight? So he is a free-flighted bird, too. He does get to fly around. And he's a little bit impaired, though. Now, you might notice this beak. It's kind of interesting. He will, when he goes after something, he will grab it by the base of its neck like a snake, fly it as high as he can, and drop it, while another one waits on the ground for it to drop. They'll snag it up, fly it up while he would go down to the ground. So they do. They will hunt collaboratively. They will also hunt, and they'll share their food. Of course, one will get to eat that time because they don't. They swallow their food completely whole. They don't really have an opportunity to tear it apart because they don't have that hook-shaped beak, and they don't have the talons. So they actually don't have the ability to tear it apart. So what they have to do is either break up the bones by dropping it and dispatching the animal that way, or his favorite way is to grab it and whack it over and over and over again against a branch, against a rock. Anything he could possibly find to whack it on, he will, huh? I know, you're very interested in what's going on back there, huh? You are. Well, I'm going to see if he's going to trill. He might not because he's a little bit interested in what's going on all around him. But he is a laughing kookaburra, so they are known for their laughter, and so he has that ability to kind of get very, very loud. And they live in family groups of 20 plus. So if you do get a chance to hear him, if he does trill, it's really, really loud, just him by himself. I can't imagine 20 around my house. You want to try it? So what, if you guys want to help me out, it works very well if he has somebody further away from him. With me, I'm right next to him, so he doesn't really need to call to me. It's a roll of your R's. If you speak Spanish, you'll be really good at it. So we'll try it out. Here we go. hear that laughter. That's the part that they have the nickname for. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. We're looking for a head throwback, a full trill, which actually sounds like a primate. It really, he gets these whoops and calls, and actually, if you watch any of the older movies, almost all the old Disney movies that are set in Africa, in the Amazon, they use this in the background as a primate noise, even though there are no primates in Australia and there are no laughing kookaburras in the Amazon or in Africa. But this sound, it sounds so jungly that they use it a lot. And I know it's in The Creature from the Black Lagoon, like almost the entire movie. It's in Raiders of the Lost Ark in the very beginning. So you can listen for those in different movies, and you will definitely hear this guy. I know, you were looking at that guy back there, huh?
Elaine, you need one of those for the closing.
So we're going to have
he is, he can have a worm if he does his trill.
That show is going.
Want to try one more time? Want to try one more time? Again, he's training here.
Battery's dead.
Change the batteries. He says not today. They usually do this at dawn and at dusk. So usually at those times, if you're walking by our area, it's nonstop. As soon as we come in the mornings, he goes crazy. It's very cute. To say hello to us and call his family unit. We are his family. He has a sister that lives over by the koalas also. And she looks a lot different than he does in the sense, I mean, they have the same type patterning, but she doesn't have the blue on her wings, and she's a lot rounder than he is. The females are actually larger than the males by a little bit, so that's a little bit of a difference. And one of the cool things about this particular animal is they designed bullet trains after this beak. Because they're a kingfisher, they have completely hydrodynamic beak to go right into the water and be able to get that fish. It breaks right through that water, no problem at all. And when they first designed bullet trains, they were having huge sonic booms every time you'd go through a tunnel. So to get rid of the sonic booms, they designed the front end just like this. So that's actually what that came from. All right, I'm going to put him back, and we'll get out our next